Hey you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a Q&A answering your guys' questions. Thanks everyone for leaving questions. It is freezing cold today. I wanted to film outside, but my fingers were like literally freezing. I couldn't even hold my phone. It's supposed to be spring, I heard. Okay. All-time favorite bands or songs. I'm not sure if this would be your thing, but I also recommend listening to the Sutters. I think I'm saying that right. Thank you for that recommendation. I'm definitely going to check them out. Everybody feel free and comfortable to leave me any band recommendations or song recommendations. I love discovering new music all the time. All-time favorite bands and songs. Okay. I would say Bring Me the Horizon is definitely one of my all-time favorites. I can't really narrow down my favorite song from that band, but their entire album, Sempiternal, definitely means a lot to me and I think is also their best work. My favorite artist of all time is Pat the Bunny. He doesn't make music anymore, but he used to make folk punk music. If you don't know who he is, he had multiple bands: Johnny Hobo and the Freight Trains, Wingnut Dishwashers Union, Ramshackle Glory, all of who I love equally. I love pretty much everything he's ever put out. When people ask me to narrow down like one favorite song of all time, that's a really hard question, obviously, but one that I usually go to is The Politics of Holy Shit, I Just Cut My Hand on a Broken Bottle by Johnny Hobo and the Freight Trains. Another top band of mine, Fiddlar. I don't know, when I want to get like hyped up, I think Fiddlar is a good band to listen to. Just like a lot of energy to their music. This one is not one that I would ever really think is one of my favorite bands, but honestly, I'm always listening to Linkin Park. Like, there's something about being in the car on the highway and I'm just like, it's Linkin Park time. I don't know. They're such a unique band for me. Like, there's no one like them. Where do you plan on traveling in the future? I don't have any specific plans. I would like to go north. I've never camped in like Wyoming or Montana. I feel like those would be really beautiful places to camp. So yeah, those are definitely on the bucket list. Maybe Alaska one day because I've never been there. And yeah, I don't know. One day I'm gonna go to Japan. One day in my lifetime. That's obviously not gonna happen anytime soon, but that's like a life goal of mine. Hey there, I want to know your thoughts on TikTok. Overall social media trends and news. Are you ever up to date with anything that's pop culture or political news related? Do you stay away from that or what? I want to know because I feel pressured to be having to know everything on social media or else I'm living under a rock. I hate it, but it's something normal nowadays. Since you're living in a van, I figure it's pretty cool to be alone with your partner, not having to pay attention to everything and just only having to worry about yourself. Hope this makes sense. Love you, honeys. Love you too. This is a really interesting question. You're totally right. I living in a van, like I don't even know if it's that necessarily, but I'm definitely very out of the loop with a lot of politics and a lot of pop culture stuff and like in general things that are going on right now. I'm a very out of the loop person. I never got into Twitter. I figure like Twitter is where a lot of that stuff is really talked about. It's interesting that you mentioned TikTok first because I do have TikTok and I use TikTok sometimes, but I never really see like recent news on there. My TikTok For You page shows me like funny videos, like Vine energy videos, and also like DIYs. And that's pretty much it. I don't know, the algorithm works, shows me what I want to see. So I do kind of stay away from politics a little bit because I let stuff like that, like political news, affect me. Like I'm very emotional about it, and when I hear something bad, I just want to like like get in bed and never get out. So it's not really productive or helpful at all for me to really stay up to date with that because I just like I get the feeling that we're all doomed and then I just like am depressed and I don't know, I'm not proud of that. I wish that I wasn't like that. I wish that I could be more of like an advocate for all sorts of things, like especially human rights related issues like women's rights, gay rights, trans rights, all of that. Like I wish I could speak a lot more on it, but I just like get so incredibly sad when bad things happen. So yeah, I do kind of try to stay away from that. As far as pop culture, so there are two podcasts that I watch on YouTube that do cover like recent kind of things that are going on, whether that's like internet stuff or like stuff to do with real celebrities. And that's pretty much like where I get my news as far as like recent pop culture stuff. I just wait till like the people that I watch talk about it, and I feel like I'm usually the last to know about it. I've never been part of a friend group that has ever made me feel like pressured to know things. I also have like a very small social circle and kind of always have. So I don't really have any advice when you say like you feel pressured to know everything. I don't know, just try to like focus on what's in front of you and like the relationships you have in your real life rather than, I guess, letting people on social media pressure you. Although I don't know if your real life social circle makes you feel pressured to like be in the know also. I don't know if that was helpful. I'm sorry. Show pictures of favorite sites or exhibits you've seen while living the van life. So this one I actually want to make into a separate video because I don't know, I want to really spend some time looking at pictures and videos and stuff, and maybe even tell some stories for you guys that go with those. So yeah, look forward to that video. I love your poser book channel. When is the next vid? Thank you. Okay, I kind of abandoned that channel a little bit. But don't worry, I'm definitely going to be making more videos. I love books. Yeah, I just have to figure out what my next topic is going to be. I would say like recommend me topics, but that's hard because you don't know like what I've read. But I don't know. I'm definitely going to brainstorm, and hopefully you'll see new videos from me on that channel soon. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Do you plan to have kids? What's your goal? Love you, BTW. Be safe. Love you too. Thank you. So actually, I kind of hate this question. When people ask me about my future, I pretend I can't hear them. I mean, I can tell you this, I don't plan to have kids. I've known that pretty much like my whole life. Like that's not something I'm at all interested in. As far as planning for the future in general, I'm kind of incapable of doing that. Listen, when I wake up and my mental health is like somewhat okay, then that's like such a big win. I really just try to take life one day at a time, and that's where I'm at right now. And yeah, I don't know. There's a line from a Days and Days song. It reminds me of this question. It's like, where will I be in 10 years? Will I be homeless, buried, have children and be married, or will I still be stuck standing right here? And that line always hits for me because like, same. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't really have an answer for this one. Sorry for the unsatisfying answer. What made you want to start your channel? I grew up watching YouTube. I always loved YouTube, and it was kind of always in the back of my mind that I could maybe one day start my own channel. And believe it or not, my first idea for a channel was actually to do dance covers. I think I was in high school when I had this idea. I never did it. I just didn't have the space, and like I was really young, and like I don't know, it was just an idea. And then when I was in my like 20s, my early 20s, I think I started this channel when I was 23. I've been doing this so long. Oh my god. That's crazy to think about. So I was doing like alternative modeling at the time, and I was also getting tattoos, and I was really into tattoos and all that, and I wanted to start a channel about that, kind of like about modeling and kind of be one of those like tattoo channels. But I kind of stopped getting tattoos, unfortunately, because they're expensive and you know, whatever. I do hopefully plan to get more soon though. But and I also stopped modeling, so that did not really end up being the direction of my channel. Now that I think about it, I think what really pushed me to finally start a channel, so I was modeling at the time, as I said, and I kind of created a small following on Instagram. I would look at my analytics and it would be like 80-90% men. I think I kind of blocked a lot of this out, but my DMs were insane, like just full of like the worst, most vile things you could think of from men. And I just like, I had this idea that maybe if I could find a way to show my personality rather than just like having sexy pictures of myself on the internet, then I could grow like a more like female audience. I mean, I know that like people of all genders have different interests. I don't mean to like make a huge generalization by saying that, but I hope you know what I mean. Like people that aren't following me for my pictures. How did you get into the alternative subculture, grunge, emo, punk rock, etc.? So I definitely feel like through music. I feel like it all comes back to music. So I kind of always listened to like very surface level alternative music, like kind of entry level stuff since I was little, like I don't know, like Metallica, System of a Down, like stuff that everyone knows about, even if they don't listen to it. And then when I was in college, probably I was like 19, I really like went down a rabbit hole and discovered a lot of like more specific music, like metalcore and like post-hardcore. And then I started like dressing a lot more alternative, and I started going to shows, and it's hard for me to remember exactly. I think I heard King for a Day by Pierce the Veil, and I think that inspired my whole deep dive into alternative music. Yeah, I think that was the first song. But yeah, I don't know, I was going through kind of tough times around that time, and the music really helped me a lot. And I really just fell into the alternative community, I guess. All right, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll try not to be late with my uploads all the time. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace.